Today we're going to be doing a Pilates strength class using a set of dumbbells. I'm using 3 kilos here. You can use 2 kilos or 4 kilos. I would not go heavier than 4 kilos because we're going to be doing a lot of time under tension with these weights. It's going to be a full body class. So we're going to be getting into the legs, the glutes, the arms, the core, the abs, and we're going to get started at the back of our mat. So I want you to just center yourself on the mat. You're going to tuck your chin and roll down vertebra by vertebra. Soft bend in your knees as you roll down. Inhale, you're going to start rolling back up, articulating through the spine. And then your head and neck come up last. Let's do another one. Exhale, roll it down, vertebra by vertebra. Really focus on that articulation of the spine. Take your elbows, and then we're just going to sway side to side. Very good. Okay. Just releasing the back here. Stretching the hamstrings. Take your hands down to the mat now. Walk yourself out into a plank. Find that nice strong plank, core engaged, belly button to spine, slight tuck under the pelvis. I want you to start arching that back, taking the hips up to the ceiling, and then coming into your pike. You're going to ripple your spine forward, flexing your spine, coming into your plank. Take the hips back, arching the spine. So we're just rolling here, flowing through the spine, articulating the spine, getting some movement in. Really focus on that arch of the back as you take your hips back and up, and then flexing the spine as you come forward. Okay, very good. You can also do this on your knees as well. You can arch your back, flex your spine, doing a couple of cat-cows. Then I want you to come back up into your plank, walk your hands back towards your feet. Take your feet about mat distance apart now, and then lower the hips, feeling a nice deep squat here. Exhale, lift the hips up to the ceiling, soft bend in the knees, nice hamstring stretch. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and stretch. So we're waking up the thighs, waking up the glutes. And we're going to get into some standing work to start today's class off. Really getting the heart rate up, working the glutes. We're going to be doing a lunge series, some squats. It's going to be a nice power class. Last one here. Lower the hips down and then come down into a kneeling position on your mat. Your knees are going to be about hip distance apart. And you're going to grab your weights. So you're going to take one weight in each hand. And you're sitting back on your heels. We're going to start with some kneeling squats. So if you want, you can fold up your mat just to make sure that your knees are on a soft surface. And then we're just going to exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower the glutes back down. So it's just a hinge movement. I want you to make sure that you're squeezing those glutes as you come up, but you're not pushing the hips forward. So you're not arching in the spine. Keeping that neutral back. And then we're going to add a bicep curl. So exhale, lift and bicep curl. Keep those elbows in towards that waist. Keep that spine straight, belly button to spine. So we are working the core as well. Exhale, lift. Use your breath. Last one. Keep it up here. I want you to take your left leg forward and then tuck the back toes underneath. You're going to exhale, lift up into your lunge. Inhale, lower down, tap. Exhale, lift. So draw those inner thighs together. Core is engaged. And then we're going to add a shoulder press as you come up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Very good. Stay with me. You should feel the legs burning, glutes burning. Make sure you're pressing through that front heel. You're moving up and down like an elevator. So the spine is straight in one long line. Very good. Last one. Lift, lower down into your lunge, take the weights down, and then you can just shift forward, straightening that back leg. Inhale, lunge back down. So the weights are adding that resistance to the legs. Whew. And you should feel a nice burn in those glutes, in the quads as well. Keeping that spine straight. Exhale, shift forward. Inner thighs connect. Next one, we're going to hold it forward. Hold it forward in this lunge. Take the arms up overhead and lower them down slowly. So use that resistance as you lower them down. Make sure the shoulders are riding down and back, so you're not piking them up to your ears. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Okay, let's go for another 4, 3, stay with me, 2, 1, take the weights down, bring that back, heel in, bring the toes in. So you're just tapping the toes lightly on the ground here. Your legs are parallel, and then you're going to lower down into squat. Exhale, lift. So you're coming into your staggered squat. I want you to make sure that you're putting that weight in that left heel. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. The toes are just lightly touching the floor. You're not putting your weight in them, because then that will be cheating. You want to feel this in your left glute. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Next one, hold it down. Little pulses. Little exhales as you pulse here. Last 2, 1. Lift up. Stay in that stance. Take your weights in front of you. We're coming into our RDL, our deadlift. So you're going to keep the chest open, lowering down straight back. Take the weights down. Exhale, lift it back up. So put the weight in that left heel as you press back up to standing. Feeling it in the hamstring, in the glutes. Keep that spine straight. Your gaze follows the way your spine is moving. Core engages as you lift up. Let's go for another 4. Last 3, 2, last one. Lifting up, hinging forward. You're going to step that right foot back, step it back in. Weight in the left foot, and then we're going to add a row. So you can step it in, step it out, row. Bringing those elbows up, bringing the weights towards the hips. My left glute is burning. Stay with me. Belly button to spine. Sweat rolling down the back. Woo. Last 3, 2, 1. Take the heel back. Lower down into your lunge. Lift and lower that front heel. Now you can add a side raise here, lateral raise. So as you lift the heel, lift the arms out to the side. Make sure that the arms aren't going behind the shoulders. They're slightly forward. Exhale, lift. Keep that lunge, glute burning. Stay with me. Last 2. Last 1. Lifting up. Woo. Shake it out. Put the weights down for a second. Shake out those legs. Taking a nice release. And we get to do that again on the other side. Tough work. But we're here to get stronger. Okay. So going into the other side, come to the back edge of your mat. You're going to roll down vertebra by vertebra. Releasing the back. Releasing the hamstrings. Taking a nice big deep breath. Lower the hips down. Lower the knees down. We're going to come back into our kneeling squats. So we start the series the same way as we did last time. Take your weights in your hands. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Squeeze the glutes, but don't arch the back. Keep the back straight, neutral. You're doing so well. We're going to add that bicep curl. Exhale. Keep the elbows in towards the body. You're not swinging them as you're lifting up. You're using the control to bring the weights in. Last one here. Hold the weights up. Take the right leg forward this time. Tuck the back toes underneath. Lifting up into your lunge. Inhale, lower tap. Exhale, lift. Moving up and down like an elevator. Spine is straight. Lengthening from the crown of the head. Draw the inner thighs together. And then we add our shoulder press as we lift up. So use that control as you lift the arms, the weights overhead. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down into the lunge. Take the weights down. Shift forward. Back into the lunge. Exhale to shift forward. Inhale as you lower back down. Okay. Stay with me. Strong work. Legs and glutes are burning. Last 3. At least you know what's going to happen this time. Last one. Hold it forward. Arms come up overhead. Lower it down. Exhale, take it forward. Core engages. You'll notice that your core works hard as those weights come up overhead. Okay, let's go for another 4. 3, I'm out of breath. 2, 1. Lower the weights down slowly. Bring that back heel in. Legs are parallel. Toes are just resting on the mat. Lower down into your squat. Exhale, lift. So try and give me some nice depth as you lower down into that squat. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you lower. Let's go for another 4. 3, press in through that heel. 2, 1. Lower down. Little pulses here. Burn out those glutes. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Lifting up. Slight bend in that front leg. Weights come in front. Lowering down, sending the hips back. Exhale, lift. Keeping the weights in towards the body. Spine is straight. Neutral spine. Don't arch the back. Don't flex the back. Keep the chest open. Chin slightly tucked as you lower and lift. Let's go for another 4. Last 3. 2. Last one. Hinge forward. Step back with that leg. Bring it back in. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, tap it in. Weight is in that heel, that front heel. Add the row as you take that leg back. Bringing the weight in towards the body. Your hand is like a hook, lifting that weight. Stay with me. Last 3, 2, 1. Hold it back. Lower down into your lunge. Front heel lifts and lowers. Add the arms. Lateral raise. Exhale as you lift. Inhale, lower. Whew. Hard work. Stay with me. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, lifting all the way up. Whew, shake out those legs. Okay, take a break, take a water break. I'm going to fix my mat. Okay, so take a nice water break. And then when you're ready, come down onto your mat. You're going to be sitting in the middle of your mat. Grab your weights. And then you're going to roll down carefully onto your back. Take the weights in each hand. Take them up to the ceiling. So we're going to connect to the core. Catch your breath. On this next exercise, we're getting into the abs. So I want you to slowly take the weights up overhead. So now you're holding them here. I want you to notice, are you sliding the ribs down towards the hips? So you're not flaring in the ribs as you take your arms overhead. You are keeping a neutral spine, no flaring. You're connecting to the core, and then you're lifting them back up. So you might not get very low down with your weights, depending on how heavy they are. Exhale, bring them up. I just want you to focus on that core connection. Let's go for another 4, 3. So the body doesn't move, the rest of the body doesn't move. Last one. Next one, you're going to take your arms up overhead, and then you're going to lower them all the way down, lifting up into your ab core. While you're here, I want you to slide those ribs down towards the hips. Bring that belly button to the spine, gaze towards the thighs. Inhale, lower back down, arms come overhead, core connects. Exhale, lift up. And we're just moving here, keeping a neutral spine. The ribs stay down, they don't flare. There's no coning in the abs, so we're keeping that intra-abdominal pressure. Let's go for another 4. Last 3, 2. Don't use momentum as you bring those weights forward. Last one, hold it up here. Reach for that right ankle and then the left. So we're just moving from side to side. Okay. Exhale as you laterally flex that spine. Last 2. Last 1. Lower back down. Weights come up overhead. Okay, I want you to press that lower back into the mat. So you're imprinting the spine. Bring one leg up to tabletop at a time. And then the other leg. You're going to lift up into your ab core, bringing the weights down, and extend the left leg, followed by the right. So we're just coming into a single leg stretch. Stay with me. Last 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs in, lift the weights up, over. Take a little break. Shake out that head and that neck. Okay. On the next one, you're going to lift up into your ab core, extend the left leg, bend the right leg in. You're going to tap the toes as you lift that leg. And then bring the knee towards the chest. Stay with me. The arms are working hard. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in. Lift the waist up overhead. Take a nice break. It's hard work. The arms are working really hard. Okay. Lifting up again into your ab core. Extend the right leg. Bend the left leg in. You're going to tap as you lift the right leg. And then lower the right leg. Let's go for another 5, 4, 3, 2. Breathe when it gets hard. 1. Bend it back in. Lift the weights up overhead. Take a nice big deep breath. Okay. We're going to come into a double leg stretch. So bring the weights down to the knees. Lifting up into that ab core. Extend the arms and legs out, belly button to spine, circle it back around, legs come in. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, circle it back in. Keep that back press flat to the mat. The ribs are sliding down. You're keeping that intra-abdominal pressure. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Bend it back in. Lower the head and the neck. Release the weight. Move the knees side to side. Just taking a nice release here. We're going to get into some more glute work, more arm work, and some obliques to finish out today's class strong, like we always do. So take a nice shoulder roll. Take a sip of water if you need. And then we're going to come up into a side lying position. So I want you to be on your right hand side. You're going to be on your right forearm. Take the weight in your left hand. Legs are bent, feet are in line with the hips. And you're pushing up out of your shoulder, out of your side waist. So we're connecting to that core. I want you to keep your underside lifted. You're not lying on the beach. You're lifting up, so we're using those bottom obliques. Grab the weight, lift the leg. You're going to take the leg back as you take the weight forward, coming into hip extension. And then we're shifting forward. So inhale, take it forward, exhale. So this is like a row as well. Bringing the weight in towards the body. Remember to lift up out of that side waist. Feel that nice glute connection as you take that leg back. Let's go for one more. Perfect. I want you to take the weight up. Take the leg back, flex the foot, little pulses up. Stay with me. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg back in. Take the weight down. Press into this bottom forearm. Coming into our side plank. So fiddle around. Find what feels good. And then you're going to exhale, lift, take the weight to the ceiling. Inhale, lower. So we're getting into those underneath obliques. Getting into the shoulders, into the arms. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, take the weight down. Lift up and over. Coming into a nice side stretch, stretching out the shoulder. Take your gaze towards the ceiling. Deep breaths before we go into the other side. Okay, release that. Shake out your neck and your shoulders. Going straight into the other side. Last set of today's class, and then get to take a little bit of a stretch. Okay. Coming down onto your left forearm this time. Legs are bent, feet in line with the hips. Pushing up out of the shoulder, out of that side waist. Grab that weight, lift that leg, take it forward, and coming into hip extension. Then take the weight back. Inhale forward, exhale. Lifting up out of the side waist. Remember that core connection. Arms are working hard. Let me tell you, these 3 kilograms, they feel heavy if you hold them up. Last 2. Last one. Take that leg back, arm up, coming into hip extension. Little pulses up, pushing up out of the side waist. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg comes down, weight comes down, fiddle, feel what feels comfortable. And then you're going to exhale, lift up into your side plank, inhale, lower, pushing up out of that shoulder. Very good. Let's go for another 5. Last 3. Neck in line with the spine. 2, 1. Lower it all the way down. lift up and over. Taking a nice side stretch, release. What will feel good now is if you come into a mermaid position. So left leg in front, right leg goes behind. Lift up and over the right leg. Taking a nice big deep breath, some nice lateral flexion of the spine. Spiral the arm forward. Lift up into a pigeon pose, stretching up the glute. So find length here and then lower down. Feel a nice stretch in the glute. Deep breaths. Releasing tension, shaking out the shoulders. Lower down until glutes. Change leg placement. Right leg in front, left leg behind, lifting up and over. Feeling a nice stretch on that right side. Lowering the arms down, lifting up into a pigeon, find length, extending the spine, lowering down. Deep breaths, calming the nervous system down after today's class. Lifting back up, tuck the toe under, lift up into your pike, pedal out the heels, taking nice big deep breaths. And take the knees down to the mat, and then lower back into a nice shoulder stretch. Walk the hands forward, feeling a nice shoulder stretch. And then you're going to roll up vertebra by vertebra to seated. Take your hands behind your back. Open up the chest. Feeling some nice extension of the spine. Gazes up. Flex the spine forward. Scoop the abs in. Feeling a nice stretch in the back. Last shoulder roll of today's class. And then that's it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this strength workout. I have quite a few strength workouts on my channel, so if you would like to see more, please check out my playlists, and I will see you on the next video. Subscribe by sticking around and give this video a like. Bye guys.